Imagine a desert, a canvas of endless sand painted in hues of gold and ochre by the setting sun. Not just any desert, but Egypt's western desert, a realm of stark beauty and ancient mysteries, a place where the wind howls tales of forgotten empires and lost expeditions, a place where history and myth blur beneath a relentless sun, baking the sands and blurring the lines between reality and legend. Here, legends whisper of an entire army, 50,000 strong, a force of warriors swallowed by the sands, leaving behind only questions, vanishing without a trace, an entire army simply gone. In 524 BC, King Cambyses II of Persia, driven by ambition and a thirst for conquest, sent this formidable force into the desert, aiming for the distant Siwa oasis, a sanctuary of life amidst the arid expanse, and its famed Oracle of Amun, a source of divine wisdom. They never arrived at their destination. They never returned to tell their tale. No survivors emerged from the depths of the desert, no remains were ever recovered, despite countless searches and expeditions, no answers to explain the disappearance, only speculation and unanswered questions. The desert seemed to swallow them whole, consuming not just their bodies but their very existence from the pages of history, leaving only a chilling question hanging in the air, a haunting echo across the millennia. What happened to Cambyses' lost army? The scale of the disappearance is staggering. 50,000 lives erased in one of the world's harshest environments, a testament to the desert's unforgiving nature. No evidence to be found, no explanation that satisfies the mind, just silence echoing from Persia to Egypt, a void where the truth should be. How could such a massive force simply vanish, leaving no trace of their passage? The legend has only grown with time, becoming an archaeological cold case that still haunts historians and adventurers alike. The desert guards its secrets jealously, and this is one of its deepest, most perplexing mysteries. Could the sands truly erase an army, burying them beneath the dunes for eternity, or is there a darker, more sinister truth hidden beneath the legend? The quest for answers leads us into the heart of ancient ambition, the perils of hubris, and the unforgiving power of the Egyptian desert. The sands keep whispering their secrets on the wind, and we're still listening, hoping to unravel the enigma of Cambyses' lost army. To unravel this enduring mystery, a puzzle that has captivated historians and archaeologists for centuries, we must delve into the heart of the Persian Empire. And to do that, we must first meet Cambyses II, the enigmatic figure at the center of this desert drama. Cambyses II, son of Cyrus the Great, the founder of the Achaemenid Empire, and inheritor of a vast Persian empire that stretched from the borders of India to the shores of the Mediterranean. Determined to prove himself a worthy successor to his legendary father, to etch his own name into the annals of history. Cambyses set his sights on Egypt, a land of ancient wonders and immense wealth. Egypt, the ancient land of pharaohs, a civilization that had thrived for millennia, a prize worthy of a Persian king. He conquered Egypt in 525 BC, decisively defeating Pharaoh Psamtik III at the Battle of Pelusium. But ruling it, as many conquerors have discovered throughout history, proved far harder than taking it. Cambyses' harsh rule, his perceived disrespect for Egyptian gods and traditions, bred resentment and widespread unrest among the conquered populace. Amidst this backdrop of conquest and simmering rebellion, his reasons for sending an army to the remote Siwa oasis are still hotly debated by historians. Was it primarily for securing the western borders of his newly acquired territory? Was it to punish defiance and assert his authority over the restive desert tribes? Or was he seeking the counsel of the Oracle of Amun at Siwa, a renowned source of wisdom and prophecy? Or perhaps a combination of all three motivations fueled his decision. Whatever the motive, he dispatched not a mere scouting party, but a massive force of 50,000 men, a significant portion of his army. A testament to his ambition, his unwavering confidence, or perhaps ultimately, his hubris. Did he genuinely believe his army was invincible, capable of overcoming any obstacle, or was the perceived strategic importance of the mission so vital that it justified such an enormous risk? The answers to these questions, like the fate of the army itself, are tragically lost to the shifting sands of time. What drove Cambyses to risk so much, to gamble with the lives of so many soldiers, in the face of the desert's notoriously deadly embrace? The truth, the full story of this ill-fated expedition, may forever be buried alongside his soldiers, lost beneath the unforgiving dunes. Our main source for this story is Herodotus, the father of history, writing a century after the army's disappearance. According to Herodotus, Cambyses sent his army from Thebes to Siwa, tasked with subduing the Ammonians and destroying the oracle of Zeus Ammon. The march to Karga Oasis was uneventful, but beyond that, the army vanished. Herodotus claims a deadly sandstorm struck as the soldiers rested, burying them alive and erasing all trace. Swallowed by a simoom, nature's wrath or divine punishment. But Herodotus wasn't an eyewitness. He relied on stories from locals, priests, and perhaps enemies of Persia. Was this anti-Persian propaganda, or a cautionary tale about hubris? The lack of corroborating evidence leaves us with a vivid but unconfirmed legend. The truth behind Herodotus's tale remains elusive. The sandstorm theory endures, a plausible explanation for the sudden disappearance of Cambyses' army. 50,000 soldiers, a force of immense power, marching deep into the Egyptian desert. Caught in a monstrous wall of sand, a swirling vortex of destruction descending upon them. Imagine the chaos, the fear, as the sky turned orange and the ground vanished beneath their feet. Visibility gone, lungs choked with fine particles, direction lost in the blinding storm. Panic would have set in quickly. Saharan sandstorms like the infamous Khamsin can last for days, an unrelenting assault on the senses and the body. Carrying millions of tons of sand propelled by fierce winds, flaying skin and suffocating the unprepared, it's a brutal, unforgiving force of nature. If the Persians were caught in the open without shelter or preparation, they'd be utterly helpless, buried alive, scattered across the dunes, or lost in small, desperate groups, each fighting for survival. But could a storm, even one of such magnitude, truly erase all evidence of such a massive force? The desert shifts and changes, yes, but 50,000 men leave a significant mark. Armor glinting in the sun, discarded weapons, the skeletal remains of the fallen. Some experts doubt a sandstorm alone could hide everything so completely, leaving no trace for modern archaeologists to uncover. Perhaps the storm was only a contributing factor, only part of the overall disaster. Dehydration, a constant threat in the arid landscape. Mirages, shimmering illusions that promise water but deliver only despair. And the relentless heat beating down on them day after day could have driven the army to the point of collapse even before the sandstorm struck, weakening their resolve and their physical strength. The desert is a relentless enemy, a master of attrition, exploiting every weakness, every misstep. Maybe it wasn't a single cataclysmic event, but a combination of these harsh elements working in concert that ultimately sealed their fate. The sands are merciless, and nature's fury is only one piece of the puzzle, a single brushstroke in a larger, more complex picture of destruction. The true executioner, the silent killer, may have been the desert itself, a vast and unforgiving landscape that swallowed an army whole. Nature isn't the only suspect. What if betrayal played a role? Local guides, resentful Egyptians, or desert nomads could have led the Persians astray, into a trap with no escape. Ambushes by skilled desert tribes or guerrilla attacks could have decimated a weakened, disoriented army. But logistics may have been the deadliest foe. Moving 50,000 men through the desert required immense supplies of water and food. If supply lines failed, the army would have faced slow, agonizing death by thirst and starvation. The desert punishes every miscalculation. Fragmented, desperate groups may have wandered off, perishing alone. Sometimes the greatest threat is not a single disaster but the slow, relentless attrition of the sands. The legend of Cambyses' lost army has inspired generations of explorers and archaeologists. The prospect of finding 50,000 Persian soldiers is irresistible, a discovery that would rewrite history. Many have searched, from early adventurers to modern teams using satellite imagery and ground-penetrating radar. The western desert is vast and ever-changing, making the search nearly impossible. Vague clues from Herodotus offer little guidance. Finding the army is like hunting a ghost in a sea of sand. There have been tantalizing claims, artifacts, bones, and Persian-era relics, but none universally accepted. The desert keeps its secrets well. Is the legend exaggerated, or is the army still out there waiting to be found? Each new discovery fuels hope, but for now, Cambyses' soldiers remain phantoms. The mystery endures, buried beneath shifting dunes. After centuries of searching, the fate of Cambyses' lost army remains a riddle. Did 50,000 Persians truly vanish? Or did legend inflate a smaller tragedy? Herodotus' story is powerful. Hubris, divine retribution, or nature's wrath. But is it true? Some historians doubt the numbers, others suspect defeat or disease, and some still believe in the sandstorm. The desert is vast enough to hide the truth forever. Cambyses' lost army endures as one of history's greatest mysteries. Will the sands ever reveal their secret, or will the legend remain, whispered by the wind? The search continues, as does our fascination with the unforgiving power of the Egyptian desert.